I'm not even kidding. Oh my god. I've tried filming this clip like 3 times already and I'm just not getting what I want to get out. It is Friday, 2 p.m. I finished everything that I wanted to get done for today that I know of, and now I just want to sit and binge read. I haven't done any sort of binge reading in a really long time, so I'm very excited. This is no way gonna be a what I realistically read in a weekend because I haven't been reading a lot. I kind of wanted to do this vlog to push myself, to discipline myself, hold myself accountable, to get some reading done because I am behind in my Goodreads goal and it's not making me happy. I'm still reading Girl Abroad by Elle Kennedy. I've talked about this book on my channel. A lot of the videos that I do, they're filmed pretty close together. Even though I talked about this weeks ago, it only has been a week of reading this. I'm on chapter 20. I actually did some reading today. I just didn't vlog it. I've read 31 pages so far today. I want to finish this book this weekend. It's not that I'm tired of the book, but I miss the feeling of finishing a book. It's middle of April and I haven't finished a single book yet. This follows Abby. She's a 19-year-old girl studying abroad in London. She thinks that she's moving into an apartment with all girls, but turns out they're all boys. The boys are Lee, Jack, and Jamie. There is a love triangle that falls between Jack and Abby and this boy named Nate. Nate is one of the boys' mutual friends, but Nate has a girlfriend, so kind of not a fan of that. Obviously, she is studying more like history stuff. There is a lot of historical stuff that they talk about of her going to like the museum and her learning all these things, and you kind of learn it with her. There is just a lot of it, but not too much where it takes away from the whole romance. So I'm kind of at the part where there was a little bit of an interaction between her and Jack for the first time. The night before, there was almost an interaction with her and Nate. So let's read. Okay, thoughts with Girl Abroad right now. I was gonna go get a coffee, but it's 4:30. I shouldn't be drinking coffee this late. But also, I started my period this morning. That's kind of also why I wanted to do this video, because I know I'm gonna just be sluggish. Whatever. Anyway, so yeah, I'm on chapter 31. I've been listening to the audiobook while I was doing other things, but I was also listening to the audiobook while reading it. I have it on 3 times speed, so I was just like zooming through it. I'm pretty sure I can finish this tonight. She's doing a lot of history things for her class. She is researching, I think, about this couple or whatever, and there's a love triangle that goes on in whatever she's looking up. She actually, for her assignment, needed to talk to somebody that's in royalty, basically. Somehow her roommate had connections with that. Very unrealistic, and she ended up going to a ball. I don't like Nate and I don't really like Jack, so either of her options I don't like. I like Jack a little bit better just because Nate has a girlfriend. He says that he doesn't even have a connection with the girlfriend. It's just like a little casual thing, but really wants to be with Abby, and she is obviously like, no. Kept trying to contact her. It was kind of being kind of creepy, and she was just like, no, like, you have a girlfriend. He breaks things off with his girlfriend, tells Abby, and then they end up doing it. Was so annoying because she was just like, no, you have a girlfriend, blah blah blah. In my head, I'm like, girl, he's gonna leave you the way that he got with you. I don't really feel a connection with Jack either. He said it himself that he's just the type of guy that sleeps around. I'm gonna get to finishing this and I'll talk to you guys once I do finish it. Why am I so red? Is it blurry? I'm like, it's been a couple hours since I've talked to you guys. I have finished reading Girl Abroad. I got to sit for a little bit, think about how I felt with the book. I think it's very in the middle, a 3-star. It's so unfortunate I haven't found a 5-star read at all yet this year, and it's April. I kind of knew going into reading this book that it wasn't going to be a 5-star because of the love triangle trope. But maybe I need to stop going into books knowing already that it's not going to be a 5-star. So the history thingy that I was talking about is her actually trying to solve this mystery with this painting. I know I said that it is talked about in the book, but not too much to take away, but it did start picking up. It was talked about a lot more, which it was cool, but I wasn't there for that. There was a 3rd act breakup. I just knew going into it somebody was gonna get hurt. This girl did not know what she wanted. The smut in here was It was there. It is finished though. My next book. I think I'm gonna pick up reading As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson, the third book in Good Girls Guide to Murder series. I really enjoyed the first book. Did not enjoy that much the second book. I'm very excited for this book. This one's a bit longer. It's like 450 pages. Follows Pip. Of course, she's still thinking about the way her last investigation ended, getting a lot of like death threats and mean comments online because she has a podcast. All these threats start to get a little more intense and she's starting to connect the dots that somebody is like following her life, stalking her. She starts connecting the dots more that her stalker and this real life serial killer somehow have a connection with each other, and she's tied up with another case. I'm very excited to read this because I read these two very fast and I feel like I just need something crime aspect thing going on. I think I want to find a book to read on Kindle when I read at nighttime. I want to lay down. I was looking on Kindle Unlimited and one of the books that they have on there I actually have a physical copy of. That is The Wall of Winnipeg and Me by Mariana Zapata. Maybe tonight I'll pick up my Kindle, download it. This is my first ever Mariana Zapata book. She's known for her slow burn. This follows Vanessa and Aiden. She's his personal assistant and he's a football player, and she ends up quitting because he's a grump. After she quits, Aiden is like, no, I really need her back, and he goes to her door and starts begging for her to come back. I think I was interested because I was like, oh my gosh, he's begging for her type thing, and I was like, let me read it. It's a possibility we will start this tonight as well, but for now I'm gonna focus on starting As Good as Dead. Slay. Ew. Ew, why did I say that? Look at my headband. Hi guys, so it is almost 11 p.m. I didn't do any reading since I last talked to you guys with my update of wanting to start a new book because I'm like tired. But I did start editing this video. I always edit as soon as I film a certain clip because I want to see how the clip turned out because I just talk so much. Okay, anyway, I don't think I'm gonna start reading As Good as Dead right now because I'm tired and I don't want to hold a book. I would say that I'll start reading on my Kindle The Wall of Winnipeg and Me. I don't even know how well that's gonna turn out. What if I fall asleep like right now? Already good. 7 pages in and I already have something underlined. This quote says, "What no one tells you is that the road to accomplishing your goals isn't a straight line. It looks more like a corn maze. You stopped, you went, you backed up, and took a few wrong turns along the way. But the important thing you had to remember was that there was an exit somewhere." So coming of age, so real. Okay, shut up. Should I be using my tabs? I don't wanna live a la. Don't tell my boyfriend what I've been doing. Been thinking of you. Tell my screw him. That's crazy. We're gonna use this one. One of the things is missing. I'm gonna put this yellow one because she's wearing a yellow shirt. The way that I tab and highlight is kind of different from like what other people do. A lot of people do just like, oh, that was just really cute and everything. I strive for tabbing things that when I look back on it in the future, it's gonna affect me. Like something like the quote that about your goals or something. I want to look back on that and be like, okay, you're right. Reaching for your goals and everything is not going to be linear. I like stuff that's inspirational and that I know is going to impact me positively. We'll do yellow for the quotes that I like. 6'4", 280 pounds. This is a big man. He was just plain massive. Okay, this whole entire page right here just about how big this guy is. Chapter 1 done. I kind of want to read chapter 2 right now, but I'm gonna do some cleaning and then get started with this. It's 6 p.m. and I haven't updated you guys. I haven't even talked to you guys today, actually. Wait, yes I have. I'm going crazy. As you guys saw this morning, I was reading The Wall of Winnipeg and Me. I started reading it this morning when I woke up. I finished the first chapter and then I got some cleaning done, did some other things, went to get boba. I was like, okay, after I finish the first chapter, then I'm gonna start reading As Good as Dead. I'm in the middle of chapter 3. I can't really talk too much about the book. It goes in a timeline from the first and the second book. I already gave you guys the synopsis of it, so that's kind of like what I'm following. I randomly had the urge to pick up reading All About Love by Bell Hooks. I've been reading this for like 7 months now. With these types of books, I only like picking them up when I'm really inspired or motivated to learn something like this. I have a bunch of tabs on it too. I'm almost done with it. I'm on page 155 out of 230 something. I read like 10 pages of it about an hour ago. I think I'm gonna continue reading some of this and then hop back into reading As Good as Dead. Okay, 45 minutes later since I last talked to you guys, I finished reading a chapter. The chapters are pretty long because they have so much information. I was gonna continue reading it and try to finish. There's 13 chapters, I think, and I just started chapter 10. There's just so much information, like I need to take a break. I tapped a lot in just this one sitting. I do have Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. I did start it, but I don't want to continue reading this again until I finish this book. I'm gonna start reading As Good as Dead, and I'll just talk to you guys later. Hey guys, so it is Sunday. It is 6 p.m. I haven't talked to you guys all day. I've been doing a bunch of cleaning, Sunday reset, prepping for the week things all day, and packing to go to my dad's house. I knew that I wasn't going to film when I was at my dad's. I'm leaving in a little bit too. So I just wanted to check in with you guys, kind of give you guys a wrap up of Friday and Saturday and a little bit of today too. I know it is a weekend reading with me and today is Sunday and it's weekend day, but you know, bear with me here. Friday, I read a total of 300 pages. I read from page 125 to 425 of Girl Abroad and finished the book. Saturday, yesterday, I read one chapter of The Wall of Winnipeg and Me, and then I read 3 chapters of As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson, and then I read 25-ish pages, I forget, of All About Love by Bell Hooks, which was one whole chapter. That was Saturday's reading. Today, Sunday, I have read so far chapter 4, 5, and 6 of As Good as Dead, so I didn't get too much reading done today considering the fact that I was cleaning and everything, and I wanted to listen to this on audiobook, but they don't have it on Spotify. I have to buy it. It doesn't come with my premium membership, so I was really bummed about that, because with these crime type books, I like listening to them on audiobook because it just makes it feel like a crime podcast or something. And I'm also watching Criminal Minds as we speak. I'm gonna get more reading done of that tonight when I go to my dad's, and then for The Wall of Winnipeg and Me, I'm gonna just bring my Kindle with me so I don't have to bring the actual book. The chapters are just really long. I haven't even started chapter 2 yet. Hold on, how long is chapter 2? Okay, chapter 2 goes from page 17 to 30, which is a good chunk. Typically, chapters should only be, sue me, less than 10 pages. I was gonna start listening to the audiobook with this, but I think I like doing audiobooks when I'm more into the book because I'll get confused if I just start right away with it. Like I've said before, I only do audiobooks really when I'm more busy and I want to get some reading done, and I just do my little tasks and whatnot. I finished 1 book this weekend and I started 2, and then I am continuing a 3rd. Lots of books going on, so I hope to get more chunks of reading with these books so I can get through my physical TBR. My Goodreads goal isn't yelling at me that I'm behind. I think I only have 1 book that's on my physical TBR because everything else that is on there I'm most likely just not going to read ever. For example, A Curse for True Love and Heartless by Marissa Meyer, Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score. Those books I'm not going to read. I have books that I soft DNF'd and I just don't have on my radar right now. I basically only have 1 book on my TBR, Wildfire by Hannah Grace. I really want to read a bunch of the new releases like Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, Wildlife by Elsie Silver, Holly Jackson's new book, I forget what it's called, I'll put it on the screen. I want to start reading books that I'm actually excited to read and not, oh, because Book Talk says to read them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I hopefully will see you guys in the next one. Bye!